What up, your boy Superman? This is a video response to Kanadajin white Japanese people. Um, you can be white and you can hold, Japanese national status. You could be any nationality and hold Japanese status. But from the perception of the whole Japanese nation, like they're not going to consider you Japanese. They're not going to treat you like equals necessarily. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. Like, I feel like your video is kind of sort of misleading because, like, half the people there are like, yeah, I was raised in Japan, I was born in Okinawa, both my parents are white. So it's like, okay, if you're born in Japan, that makes you Japanese. Not really. You can be born in Japan, go to Japanese school, and still have no Japanese status. You know what I mean? So after a certain point, you have to leave, or you're only allowed to stay here because your parents still working here. Beyond that, you're not Japanese. You're just like an American in Japan, or a Canadian in Japan, or a New Zealand in Japan. You are not Japanese. And unfortunately, the ethnicity part of being Japanese is a factor in Japanese. I wish it wasn't. I wish it was more like America, where you can just come in, naturalize, and you are now American. But in the American system, they like to they like to add the racial profiling crap to it. They're like, you are not just American, you are Muslim American. You there are a black American, you are Hispanic American. You can't just be American, apparently. You have to be a colored American. Like, people are gonna be confused, confuse me with this Hispanic guy. I don't get that. But that's racism. I don't get that either. Anyways, back to the subject. So, to become actually a national here, as they call them, national is like the highest status in Japan. Okay, let's just go through all the visas. You got your tourist visa, okay? You got your school visa. You have your working visa. You have your spousal visa, which is an extended stay visa, but you have to renew it every 3 years or every 5 years currently. And if you work in Japan and live in Japan consistently for at least 10 to 20 years, they might offer you, actual citizenship, or you have to apply for it. Either or. If you're famous, let's say like Justin Bieber famous, and you're just like, you know what, I don't like America no more, I'm going to Japan, then you can probably get in 10 minutes. But not everyone's famous, so you can't quite do that. But so, yeah, you can get the final level of Japanese status of being what they considered a national, And there are many people that have done it, that are white and few other colors. I think there's one African dude that did it, and he actually became a mayor or something. But, yeah, your title is white Japanese, and it's just I feel like it's just really misleading. You got a bunch of people that happen to be born here, but they're not Japanese. That's just the end of the story right there. It doesn't matter if I put black Japanese, Mexican Japanese. You guys are not Japanese. You guys were born here because of military standards, or because of maybe your family worked here. That doesn't. You don't have the status to actually live and stay here, beyond the fact that either your daddy's part of the military or he works for some sort of company. That's all. Once they quit working for that company or the military, Japan's gonna be go home. So that video is kind of misleading, I think, And I've seen your other videos, and honestly, you're not Japanese. Not yet. Not saying you cannot be Japanese. You can get the Japanese status. You've been here for a while. You just gotta keep on applying and working, like I said, and you got quite a few subscribers. Maybe if you become famous enough, like Justin Bieber, you can just say, I want to be Japanese, and they'll just give it to you. I don't know beyond that. So, but at the same time, there is an ethnicity, part of that aspect, part of it. Japan treats hafus like second-class citizens. You know, so if you're not even Japanese one dot, what makes you think they're gonna treat you better than someone of their own bloodline? That's just my opinion. Anyways, peace until next video.